Okay, so sorry it took so long for me to make this video and probably the wedding already passed. Sorry. But I figured I'd go ahead and make a video for you anyway, just so you can kind of see how to do a simple look. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to go ahead and prep my skin with primer. This one by Smashbox. I know it might be backwards, but any primer will do. And the purpose for using this, it helps to prolong the wear of your makeup. It makes it just go on smoother. You don't have to use as much foundation if you decide to use liquid foundation. Usually for special events, I like using liquid foundation because it stays on longer. Whenever you use powder, it tends to separate. So I just put a pea size in the tips of my fingers and I'm warming it up. And now I'm just going to go ahead and blend it towards the center of the face. You don't have to cover the whole face. It's just this is typically the area that your makeup starts to separate and move. So just warming that into the skin. Now this is an optional step. Yeah, an optional step. I like using the BB cream. I'm just using this because it has SPF 35 in it, and I don't really use SPF with anything else, and I've been very cautious about having sun protection on my skin. So I'm just going to take a little pea-size amount as well onto my finger. And I'm going to blend those two together, warming it up similar to how we did with the primer, and then massaging that into the skin. This kind of also acts as a primer while smoothing out the skin, adding a little bit more coverage, because the thing is, it's all about just application and the amount that you apply on, and you won't end up with a cakey or a heavy finish. So if you just do everything with just like in small amounts, then it's not going to feel heavy. Okay, so, and sometimes this coverage might be just enough for you, so it just kind of depends on your preference and what you want. Now, I'm trying this new foundation by Hourglass. It's at Smashbox. I think it's only exclusive to Smashbox, but you can use whatever foundation you want. If you don't have I'm not Smashbox, Sephora. If you don't have a Sephora where you're at, you can either go to a department store and get them to match you and tell them to make you a sample. Like, this is how they make them at Sephora. They'll put it in a little pot. I just want to try this before I buy it to make sure I like it. But again, you're not needing much. I don't even know if this is the right color, but we'll see. So, and I'm just applying it with this concealer brush just so then I can not use so much and get it all over my hands. So I'm just kind of picking up a small amount with my brush and kind of just marking the areas, typically the center of the face. That's where you tend to have a lot of redness. It's just natural hormonally for women to be red around the nose, the center of the forehead, the cheeks. Let's see. That's not a bad color. And if you feel like you need more coverage, you know, go ahead and add more. I just like to start off with just a little bit. Well, this is a little bit to me. And then taking there's so many different foundation brushes. You can also use your fingers, but I prefer a brush, something like this. Or if you have like the painting kind of foundation brush, you can use that. It just kind of might be a little streaky, so you might want to tissue it in between uses, but I just like taking it and blending it from the center towards the outer part of the face, because that will help not make a line whenever you see those girls who wear makeup and you're like, I can tell where your makeup stops. And of course, you just want to make sure it's well blended, and it's optional to go around the eyes. I like going around the eyes. It almost serves as a eyeshadow base, but at the same time, I have very discolored eyelids. Like, there's a lot of veins, and just from allergies, I have a little discoloration. It's kind of red, but it's just not even tone. So we have that blended out. And this one is by Real Techniques. I got this from Ulta. It's their buffing brush. You can buy it in a kit where it came with several brushes for like under 20 bucks. So that's not a bad buy. So, okay, we're done with the face. That's the main thing. And then, well, I lied. I'm using this concealer by Korres. You don't have to use this concealer. But just a concealer in general. I have particularly dark circles under my eye, so I like adding a little bit of brightness underneath and just trying my best to conceal them. Let's see. I have a mirror right above, so that's why I keep looking up, if you're wondering. Let's see. I'm going to do this concealer part. I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to send it to you in pieces just so it's not so long. But I put the concealer on, and I'm taking, again, by Real Techniques. It's their Deluxe Crease Brush. But I like using it to help blend out my concealer. Taking the edges, blending it out, taking that edge again. And really making sure that's blended out. And same to the other side. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this part of the video, and then we'll continue for the rest of the face, just so it's not such a long video.